My husband told everyone I was too boring before leaving me for his coworker. He never expected my silence to cost him everything. The first time I knew my husband was cheating. He didn't realize I was standing behind him. We were at his company's annual gala. He was laughing with his coworkers. Someone jokingly asked, "So, when are you finally going to leave your wife?" Everyone laughed. Then my husband smiled and said, "I'm working on it. And honestly, I've outgrown her. She's become boring." More laughter. Then he wrapped his arm around his marketing manager, Vanessa. Nobody questioned it. Nobody even looked uncomfortable. I quietly turned around, walked to the parking lot, sat in my car, and cried for exactly 5 minutes. When I got home, I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I simply opened our joint cloud account. My husband had forgotten it synchronized across all our devices. Over the next 2 weeks, I discovered everything. Photos, hotel bookings, messages, even spreadsheets where they discussed how much money he'd save after divorcing me. One message hurt more than all the others. Vanessa asked, "What if she fights for everything?" My husband replied, "She won't. She's too emotional. I know exactly how she'll react." He thought I'd become hysterical. Instead, I became patient. I copied every message, every receipt, every bank transfer, every deleted conversation. Then I visited 3 people, a divorce lawyer, a forensic accountant, and our financial advisor. I didn't tell a single friend, not even my sister, for 4 months. I smiled, cooked dinner, asked about his day, pretended everything was normal. Meanwhile, my lawyer quietly prepared everything. The accountant uncovered something unexpected. My husband had been using company funds to pay for trips with Vanessa. Not millions, just enough to violate company policy. Then came the first twist. I wasn't the only spouse who had been lied to. Vanessa's fiancé contacted me after anonymously receiving screenshots. He'd found my email address through public records. We met once, only once. He looked just as exhausted as I felt. He didn't want revenge. Neither did I. We only wanted the truth. Together, we handed the evidence to our respective lawyers. Then, we waited. Exactly 1 week before my husband's expected promotion to regional director. His company's compliance department opened an internal investigation. Not because of the affair, because of the misuse of company funds. 3 days later, the promotion disappeared. A week later, so did his job. Vanessa resigned before she could be terminated. The same evening, my husband came home furious. "They're trying to ruin me." I simply asked, "Who?" "My company." I looked him straight in the eye. "Or your own decisions." For the first time, he realized I knew. He started apologizing immediately, blaming stress, blaming temptation, blaming midlife confusion, anything except himself. I handed him divorce papers. He actually laughed. "You'll never take the house." I slid another folder across the table. Inside, every piece of evidence. His smile disappeared. 6 months later, the divorce was finalized. I kept the house, half the investments, and my peace. The biggest surprise came a year later, not because I found another man, because I found myself. I opened the interior design studio I'd always dreamed about. Business exploded through word of mouth. Clients loved my work. I loved my life. Then one afternoon, a familiar voice said, "Can we talk?" It was my ex-husband. He looked older, tired, defeated. He quietly admitted Vanessa had left him almost immediately after he lost his job. He asked if I believed people deserved second chances. I thought about it for a long time. Then I answered honestly. I believe people deserve the consequences of their first chance. I walked away, never raising my voice, never insulting him, never humiliating him. That was my revenge, not destroying his life, simply refusing to let him back into mine. Some friends later told me I should have exposed the affair publicly. Others said I was too cold. My sister still says I should have forgiven him. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, I don't know. What I do know is this: the day I stopped trying to make him regret losing me was the day I finally became free. If you were in my position, would you have reported the misuse of company funds, knowing it would cost him his career? Did I do the right thing? Or did my revenge go too far? Comment below what you think.